do you make when your son goes to the store and picks you up a little stash of andouille sausage? Jambalaya, right? Hey guys, Barbara here from barepantryshow.com, and today I'm gonna be trying a small batch of jambalaya. Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. I am so excited today because I finally put all the recipes in the small batch book, and what I'm doing now is going through the book and testing the ones that need testing. So today, of course, is jambalaya, so we're going to be doing just a little bit. So let's start off first of all with the ingredients. We're going to need the andouille that Jory bought for me, and of course we're just going to use 1 out of the 4 because this stuff is so expensive. It's so delicious, and it is a small batch after all. So the andouille, I'm going to use a half of a red bell pepper that I diced up, half of a yellow onion that I diced up. It's a small onion, some vegetable oil, broth, tomato sauce, and I'm going to be using some annatto or ricotta, but you can use paprika. And these are the spices, okay? Garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, and red pepper flakes. I'm not using the actual fresh garlic. Long grain white rice. I wanted to use this jasmine rice, but because it said brown rice, I was afraid that it was going to hurt my stomach, all right? So the first thing that I do is put the oil in the skillet and let it come up to temperature, and then I put the andouille in, and I wanted to cook on both sides until they're brown. After that, I will go ahead and remove them from the pot and then set them aside, because now it's time to put the vegetables in. And some people will use celery and green onions, but this is all I have right now, so this is what I'm using. And take a look at my floor. We just did the floor in the kitchen with this wood laminate from Penny, one of my viewers. Penny, she's a good friend now, and she gave this to us as a gift, and I'm so grateful. All right, shout out to Penny. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Now let's get back to the cooking, guys. Enough playing. So I want to go ahead and just saute this until the onions are tender, and then add the tomato sauce. It's only 4 ounces, and then 4 ounces of the broth, and then this is the annatto and all the rest of the spices that I had on the counter. Okay, here we go. Give this a stir, and then cover it up and let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes while I wash the long grain rice. Okay, so I want to go ahead and wash this at least 4 times because I want to get off as much of the starch as I can, because this rice tends to be sticky to start with. So it's time to go ahead and put the ingredients back in. So here is the andouille, and then the long grain white rice. And pay no mind to this refried beans on the stove. This is my monopod. This is where I put the camera to get this shot that you see in your upper left-hand corner, okay? So now go ahead and add 4 ounces of water. And I didn't test the level because Joe said it was fine. So I'm gonna put salt in, and I ended up doing 1 teaspoon of salt, all right? After I tasted, I put half a teaspoon, tasted, it wasn't salty enough, so I put another half a teaspoon. So then we wanna go ahead and put the simmer ring. This is to make the rice cook even better. It diffuses the heat, you know? Cover it up, walk away. And you know what? Because I have a big family, I decided I'm going to do another batch. So I'm going to do the regular scale size instead of the small batch, because everybody's going to want to eat off of this and there will not be enough. So it's 105 when we started the small batch. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut up some chicken that Joe had left over from some stewed chicken. I'm going to cut up the same vegetables that I did the first time around. And while I'm doing this, for the bigger batch, Joe comes in and he's helping out, and he's checking the small batch. So this is the first stirring, 20 minutes after it started. Cover it up. Now I'm taking care of the other batch over here, okay? So Joe's gonna come back in again 20 minutes later. Give it a stir. It's looking pretty good and it smells amazing. So now it's time to put the shrimp in. And if you notice that Joe's putting in the shrimp when there's very little water, there's no visible water left in the pot, in the rice, right? And that's when you want to put the shrimp in, because the shrimp doesn't take too very long to cook. Stir it in, cover it up, and we're going to give this another 20 minutes. Take a look at this line. This is a 1-inch line that I put in my wooden spoon. So every time you put it in the pot and the spoon touches rice, the water level has to be at that line, okay? So that's how you know you have the accurate amount of liquid to cook the rice. So now it's 2:05, the small batch is done, and that's pretty much all we care about, right? We just care about the small batch. No guys, we're still finishing up this one. Joe put the shrimp in right at the part where there's very little water left, and then take a look. So it took an hour to cook the small batch. It took about the same thing to cook the bigger batch. All right, so this is the small one right here. And it's more wet than this one. And I think it's because we didn't measure. We just eyeballed. But because I measured this one's a little bit, I don't want to say dry, but it's less moist. Let's put it that way. And I like it this way. So this one has the chicken, the shrimp, and doing everything. And if you notice, the plate almost look, well, the bowl almost look empty because the kids already grabbed it and ate. Sometimes when I'm doing the show, that's what happens. My family will grab the stuff and eat before I can even show you guys the finished product. So let me grab a fork and we're gonna taste. Of course, they're both gonna taste the same. It's the same spice and stuff, but it's just the grain of the rice. I already ate, so I just wanted a reason to eat some more. Clean fork. I'm glad you guys caught me. Oh Lord, it's so spicy and good. Don't put too much more spice because you're gonna overspice it. Yes. I love this one. So, word to the wise, measure. Mark up a wooden spoon like that and measure your 1 inch, okay? This is so delicious, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the show, for liking, for commenting, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Remember, guys, we are not buying this book. Because if you do, the only people that are making money from that book are my ex-distributor and Amazon. Pick up this book instead. This is my Belizean cookbook. It has 120 authentic Belizean dishes that I've done on the show already, but now you can have it in print so you can follow along and your dishes will come out perfect each time. Hot off the presses, this is my second cookbook, guys. It's called the Pantry Laid Bare, and I named it that because I laid everything on the line when I picked the recipes for this book, all right? 111 delicious dishes from basic ingredients. To purchase, just check below on any of my videos and you'll see the different methods of payment and also the shipping. Thanks, guys.
You come and try this warm delight. This is the Bare Pantry Show.